Alright y'all, so I was at home finishing up a video and enjoying some munchies and coming up with another banger video for y'all because I love y'all Ant Squad, if you know what I mean. And I thought to myself, what are the most overpowered characters in anime? And it clicked, the light bulb in my head. I had a brain blast on some Jimmy Neutron type shit. So today we're going to talk about the most overpowered characters in anime where they have too much power. It could be sometimes either good or bad, or they just have too much sauce, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, but before we get into this video, make sure you smash that subscribe button, tap that post notice so you won't miss any video that I post, all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get to it. The first character I personally want to talk about who is so overpowerful, that is none other than Gojo from JJK. Let me tell y'all, this man is so OP. I don't even know his power system like that, or in JJK in general, but let me tell you, this man is so OP. The amount of girls who simp or glaze this nigga on this show, Jesus Christ. And the way how he is so overpowerful is the violation when he fought this volcano head ass nigga named Jogo.
So Jogo comes from the top rope and he was like, "What's good, bitch? Get ready to be put on pack watch, nigga." And he did not waste no time. He shoots these mosquitoes at him, but Gojo stops him and making them explode. And Jogo lands a punch to his back. So then after all that, bro is unfazed, no damage at all. Gojo extends his hand out and Jogo tried to touch him, but he can't. And this is where he fucked around and found out. He gets punched in the gut multiple times and Gojo hits him with the fuck out of my face red technique and drags him to the ground and kicks him to the lake. And oh my god, this is possibly the most savage shit this man Gojo ever did. This man leaves mid-fight and brings Yuji to the fight. Like,
You
bro,
what?
You cannot make this shit up. Imagine you fight somebody and you leave mid-fight just to show somebody it's time to pack it up. I would not be in that type of situation. Wouldn't be me though. But Gojo was talking his trash to Jogo and he was straight up mad. He activated his domain expansion looking like Grumble Volcano from Mario Kart. And Gojo was like, "Okay, Yuji, pay attention real close." He takes off the blindfold and said, "Domain expansion, infinite void." And Gojo looked shocked. He couldn't even move and said to Jogo, "You know, bro, you are not that guy. And me, on the other hand, I'm a beautiful ass nigga." Pause. But let me put you out of your misery. And ripped his head off with one hand. But ladies and gentlemen, this next part, I want to talk about how overpowerful this man is. And that is the absolute violation that he did to Toji after Toji packed him up in round 1 and packed up his crew. Toji sees Gojo looking like a booty bandit from the Boondocks, and this man started chatting about some bullshit on how he survived and shit. Bro, we get it, you're broken, but Toji was not gonna go down without a fight, so he had started attacking, but it was a little too late. This dude became a Weeb Nation certified. Then Gojo is upside down looking like Boo from Dragon Ball and charges his red technique, and look at Toji's face, all shook and terrified. And this man is floating in the air, ascending to the higher room or something that he just smoked. It is just unexplainable. But Toji got back up, started stretching, and whips out the chain, and this man started weaving them shits. And this next part right here shows why Gojo is him and he is so overpowerful. He forms his red and blue technique and hits the curse technique, forming it purple and make Toji's body looking like the apple symbol. Let me tell you, this man's level of power is straight up ridiculous. Alright, the next character I want to talk about who I believe is so overpowerful, and that is none other than Gong from Hunter x Hunter. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I haven't seen the show for a while now, but I just got back on watching it, and the one fight on this show on why Gong is so OP is the brutal and absolute violation he did to Pito. Let me tell you this right now. This right here, by far, is probably the most disrespectful beating in anime history. So Gong and Pito are walking to this room and they end up seeing Kite on his knees, and Gong was like, "Well, go ahead and heal him, bro." And Pito was like, "He's already dead, Gong." And that right there, my boy Gong was hurt that he was having flashbacks that he was responsible for his death, but he realized someone in his head that Pito was the one that killed him. And Pito was like, "I'm sorry, Gong, but I have to kill you now." But this is where Pito fucked up. Gong was so mad he transformed into a grown adult, and this right here is where this nigga Pito was gonna be on pack watch. So they walked all the way to the forest, but this is where Pito shot himself in the foot. He tried to sneak him, but Gong dodged it, and he kicks Pito up to the sky.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, Pito deserved his ass whooping, to be honest, because imagine being in a situation that your ride or die get packed up by your op. You would want to get back in blood, but my Gong was not done. He charges his attack while Pito is falling down from the sky and punched the living shit out of him. It got so bad, Killua felt his presence and had to fight to him to calm him down, but Gong was beating the living crap out of Pito, but he had a plan in his back. Pito cuts off his arm, and that pissed off Gong even more. He punched Pito in the head, causing some more CTE in his head. He jumps up and punched Pito straight in the gut, blew his back out, and charged his final blast and packed up Pito for good. Hey, when it comes to anime, movies, or in life in general, the more you F around, the more you find out. Period. Alright, chop chop, moving on. Next up on the list of the most overpowered characters in anime is none other than Rimuru Tempest from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Now, like I said earlier with Hunter x Hunter, I haven't seen this show either, but there are two parts in this show that I really enjoy, and that is the violation that he did to Clayman and wiping out an entire army with ease. But first, make sure you smash that subscribe button, tap that post noti so you don't miss any of my videos. Without further ado, let's get back to the video. Now, we are going to break down the fight he had with Clayman. Now, as you can see, Clayman started charging up his power and talking that hot shit, and Rimuru asked him, "Who are you working for?" and give up. So he created a barrier so no one could get involved, and this is where Clayman was gonna be on pack watch. He fires a demon blaster, but Rimuru had a Uno reverse card and absorbed it with Beelzebub and proceeds to give Clayman the beat, and he asked him, "This is your last chance. Who is behind all this?" And Clayman said, "I'll never betray my homies like that," and that has sealed his fate. Rimuru puts his hand out through his face and absorbed him and ending his life for good. But he was not done with his rampage. Next up is what he did to the army. Now, Rimuru is filled with rage of what happened to his home turf, and that pissed him off even more. So Rimuru is standing over their campground. The first thing he does is create an anti-magic barrier so no one can escape or use magic, I might add. So he summoned these water sniper droplets, line up each droplet at a soldier and hits it with the abracadabra bomba club Megiddo bitch, and one-shots every single soldier in the camp while someone in the background is counting how many soldiers have died, and Rimuru is enjoying the scenery of what's happening to them soldiers. You mess with the slime, you mess with this nigga, and this nigga killed approximately at least 5,575 soldiers. This absolute slime demon is the definition of built different. Alright, moving on to the next character on the list, who I believe is not only overpowerful, but his level of disrespect is crazy and ridiculous. The person I am talking about, however, is the Sin of Pride, Escanor from the 7 Deadly Sins. Now, I'm gonna be completely real with y'all. This man right here is personally my favorite deadly sin in this show. The switch up be crazy, no cap, but he has violated so many people on that show, he had to be on here. And the first two victims I have to talk about who got violated so damn bad was Galen and Meliscula, but oh my god, look at that. Yeah, man, let me get a this. Alright, my fault.
This is a sick Negro.
Alright, so let me tell you how this man's power go into effect. In the nighttime, he's weak, but in the daytime, however, he's strong as fuck. So Galen looks at this axe and tries to take it, but it drops on the ground and he having a hard time picking it up. And Escanor's like, "Get your nasty ass hands off my damn axe. Get prepared to be put in pack watch, bozos." And Galen was like, "Ain't no way you human ningen." And Escanor's like, "Oh, I'm a human that stands over everybody in this bitch." And this man did not waste no time. Galen and Escanor laughed together and he chopped his body off with one swing, but Galen regenerated and transformed into critical over and waxed him at full power. Even the damn mountains got split in half, but that didn't do jack shit at all. Escanor is still standing and he only scratched him, and long story short, Galen got turned into stone. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that is personally one of the worst deaths in anime history, bro. This man died because of this dumb ass game and ridiculous stipulations that came along with it. And he goes to Meliscula and says, "You can leave or die. The choice is yours. And Meliscuta snatched this dude's soul and eats it, but the soul was so strong it burned her and turned her ass into charcoal. She was done for. R.I.P. bitch. But my boy Escanor was not done. He did a little side quest and he slapped the piss out of Gother for playing with his memories, and he just one-shotted Glozinia and Droll. But nah, the next person on this list of violation was the fight he had with Estarossa. Oh my god, he was talking heavy to this nigga, but keep in mind, he was walking towards him by Estarossa's commandment that had no effect on him. That right there is a top tier level of disrespect in my personal opinion. But Estarossa uppercuts him and Escanor is like, oh, so it's like that, huh, nigga? Then he slams him to the ground and kicks him up like an elevator and just comboed his ass. But Escanor punched him and Estarossa fell to the ground, and Escanor was like, what's the matter, bro? Did you find the quarter on the ground, nigga? And they swing at each other, and Estarossa sliced him with full counter and explains his technique, and Escanor just patting himself like it was nothing, like it didn't have no pain or anything. So he charges his sun attack and launch Estarossa out the map. And look at Estarossa, bro, floating in the air thinking he Cardi, and this nigga Escanor is riding the sun, kicks it at him to the bottom of the lake and evaporated the lake. They go for their final swing, and Estarossa hits another full counter and thought he had it in the bag, but oh god. Guess what time it is? It's high noon, and Escanor splits this man's chest open and talked his hot shit and threw his cruel son at Estarossa and sent his ass to the Shadow Realm and sent his ass flying off the map. The next victim that got done so bad by the Lion's Sit-Up Pride was Zeldris. So Escanor checks in on Merlin after Zeldris summoned his vacuum technique, and this man shoots fire ki blast, and at this point Escanor was tired of the BS. He walks to Zeldris and was like, first Meliodas, then Estarossa. Does everyone in the family want to get whipped by me? And Zeldris was like, you beat Meliodas? But that's him. I'm different. But Escanor did not take that lightly. So he swings his axe, but it chipped and threw his axe away, and Zeldris was like, oh, you threw away your weapon, so you won't accept death, huh? And Escanor hits the infinite chop, and Zeldris is shaking in his boots. But Escanor was like, bring that booty here, nigga, and hits the infinite poke and pokes him to death. Oh my god. That right there gotta be the most disrespectful move in anime, bro. Imagine fighting somebody and they beat you by poking you to death. I would never show my face again. And this kind of reminds me of when Hulk Hogan used the one finger poke he did to Kevin Nash back in the WCW wrestling days. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. This man Escanor definitely deserves to be on here because the amount of level switches from 0 to 100 is straight up fucking ridiculous. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached to our last character on the list, who I believe is overpowerful. He is personally my favorite character, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this dude's Riz is unspoken. Gojo, you might have a challenge in your hands, but the character I'm talking about is none other than yes sir, the Demon King of Riz. Now, the Misfit of Demon King Academy is my show. I don't give a damn what anyone or anybody says. This man right here is a pure savage because he started talking when he was a baby and named himself without giving his parents a chance, but they're loving parents nonetheless. And this man had one of the quickest childhoods in anime history, bro. Bro went through puberty in a month. One effing month. And not just that, he has so many baby mamas that he's trying to be the next Nick Cannon, and he has a club of fangirls who glaze their glorious king. But he was a menace in the first episode of what he did to Zeppes, so Anno walked past him and he was in his feelings because he had loving parents and his parents don't even pay attention to him, to be honest. So he blew his magic away and told him to shut up, squeezing his entire body together and made him toot it up. But you see, Anos was not done playing with his food because boy oh boy it got even worse, because later on at the entrance exam, Anos and Zeppes square up for round 2. So Zeppes unleashed his sword and it looks cool, but Anos blew out his flame again, and he told him, your sword is a fake and we shouldn't fight each other. I will stand right here and beat your ass. So Zeppes is calling him bluff, but this is where things start to go south. So he ends up covered in blood, and this nigga is whooping his ass with his heartbeat. Bro, you cannot make this shit up. This dude is yapping about how
Anos is using convulsion magic and they make a contract, and this man Anos did the unthinkable. He snaps his fingers and he Thanos snapped this nigga out of existence. Oh, but Anos was not done with his food. He brought him back to life and continued to kill him over and over and over again, while everyone in the stands watching disbelief and lecturing him on how his technique works every time he kills them. And at that point, Zepes just gave up. So you thought my boy Zepes learned his lesson to not mess with the Demon King, right? Wrong. Anos and Misha end up getting trapped by this Dracula looking ass nigga, and this is Zepes' older brother. Bro had to get his brother and his homies to spin the block on the Demon King. So the brother and his homies charge up their magic, but Anos start overheating them and made their magic explode. So he charged his special origin magic, but that didn't do no damage at all. And at this point, my boy Anos is tired of the bullshit. So he resurrects his brother as a zombie to acknowledge him. And keep in mind, he's only doing this as a month old. All right, moving forward, next victim is Sasha Necron. She ends up having a duel with Anos, and if Anos wins, she has to join his team. So the fight starts, and Anos, being the smoke demon king he is, he started to get even more disrespectful. He teleports to her castle, walks towards it, and picks up the castle and threw it up to the sky. Oh, hell nah, bro. Out of all the anime shows I've watched, I have never in my life seen someone pick up someone's Disney castle and chuck that shit out. Oh, but he was not done. The castle comes down and he starts spinning it with his finger, and then he throws the castle like he was Patrick Mahomes. But Sasha didn't go out that easily. So her team charged up a Geo Gray Supernova, but Ano responds with a Death Beam, canceled her attack, and packs her up with ease, and he did it with the level 1 fire spell. And to finish this off with a bang, the final victim that got done the worst by this nigga was Amelia. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, she was a complete asshole in season 1. She was on this nigga's dick 24/7, and she hates them damn half-bloods. But oh, she gonna learn real quick, cause she decided to commit one of the most diabolical acts a human could ever commit, that it will literally have me boxing, and that is going after the man's mother and his fan club. Shorty caught her mom lacking, and the way she did to his fan club was so disrespectful. She light their asses up looking like burnt jerk chicken, and she was going to kill the mom, but Ano saves the day, squeezes her body tight, and heals the mom and the fangirls, and Anos was not happy at all. He was pissed. He walked to her, grabs her by the neck, teleports her to an arena, and shoved a sword in her back while she tooted up. And Anos was like, congratulations, you just got your back blown out by the Demon King, bitch. Now acknowledge me as the Demon King, then you can die. But Amelia started talking shit, and he shoved the sword and more to her back even more, and said, if you're the Demon King of Tyranny, please show mercy. Not buying it. So he kills her, but not to add insult to injury, he resurrected her, but booty naked, I might add, and said, how does it feel to be a hybrid, bitch? This dude resurrected her and made her a hybrid. And not just that, he put a curse on her, preventing her to killing herself, and made her an immortal hybrid. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are things you don't do in life. You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't piss in the wind, and you certainly don't mess with another man's mother. Period. So that's gonna be the end of the video. Make sure you follow your boy on Instagram, join my Discord, and get ready, y'all. Up next is Sukuna's Reign of Terror in Shibuya. And yes, I'm giving y'all a heads up and a warning too. Thank you all for the love and support, and I shall see y'all. Peace.